If you're pregnant in Mexico or just curious what it's like to have a baby here, I'm going to be breaking down costs from ultrasounds to delivery and even the first postpartum pediatrician visit. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Karina, or you can call me Kari. I'm a mom of 2 boys who enjoy vlogging life in Mexico. So this was actually my 3rd pregnancy here in Mexico, and honestly, it was the best experience I've had so far. I really wanted to have a natural birth after a C-section, but I was really scared and did not know if my body could do it. So once I found out I was pregnant, I started going to different doctors. To be honest, most of them were really negative. They were all saying that I would have to have a C-section since my prior pregnancy was a C-section. But once I started doing my research, I came upon a doula who was really pro natural birth. So I connected with her and she listened to me. She understood my birth goals. She knew how important it was for me to have a natural birth. She recommended me a pro-birth ginecólogo here in Mexico. He was someone who actually supported natural births and VBACs. Sorry about the flies. So I decided to go with a private doctor, which is un doctor en particular. So I had to pay out of pocket for everything. So for prenatal care, I paid, as I mentioned, I paid everything out of pocket. So in total, I had 8 prenatal appointments and all the ultrasounds were included. Since in the beginning, I was still searching for someone who supported my birth plan. The prices were a bit different depending on the doctor. Some charged 800 pesos and others charged 1,000 pesos per consultation. But once I found the doctor that I stayed with, I would pay 1,000 pesos per consultation. So in total for the prenatal appointments with the ultrasounds, the total was, I will add it here. So for blood work and urine tests, I was given 4 in total that I was sent out to do. I have my notes here so I don't forget anything. I only ended up doing 3 because one of those was optional and each was around 1,000 pesos. So in total for the blood work, I spent a total of. Since I was also planning to have a doula with me during birth, I decided to take a birth preparation class with her. She went over breathing techniques and what to expect during labor and how my husband could support me too. The class was 700 pesos per session, and in total I went to 4 of those classes. So in total for my preparation class was, but this is optional. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that can help you out for these type of techniques. Moving on to the delivery cost, which of course is the biggest expense. My OBGYN offered a package. It included his service, the pediatrician, and the anesthesiólogo in case I wanted the epidural. So in Mexico, these kind of delivery fees are called honorarios médicos, which just means the professional fees for the medical team. For my OBGYN, we paid 15,000 pesos. For the pediatrician to receive the baby, we spent 5,000 pesos. And since I did end up asking for the epidural, it was 5,000 pesos for the anesthesiologist. So since I also had a doula, she arrived to the hospital as soon as I arrived to the hospital. So she was there with me throughout the labor and the delivery. It was such an important and special moment that she was there to help me out during the whole process. She was helping me breathe throughout the contractions and just reminding me of everything that we had prepared for during her class. And her fee to accompany me was 5,000 pesos. So I gave birth in Hospital Santiago de Querétaro, which I believe is actually ranked number 1 in births, in nacimientos. I arrived at the hospital a Tuesday night, was discharged on Thursday morning. So in total, I stayed about 2 nights. One thing I really liked about giving birth there was that while we were there, my husband could check the estado de cuenta, which is sort of like a running bill, to see how much everything was adding up in real time. That made it really easy for us to keep track of the total costs, to understand what we were exactly being charged for, like the room fees, the medications, or any other extra service. So the total hospital bill was And after IVA, it was, which is just a federal tax in Mexico. They do print out the estado de cuenta and they give it to you once you leave. So here I am reading that I will not go in full detail with this, but here they give me the medicamentos, the services, they tell me about the room costs and even the quirófano. So everything here is quite simple. They just put it all on here and it's really easy to understand. For postpartum, while still at the hospital, the pediatrician went in my room and gave me a list of all the vaccines and screenings or tamices that my baby had to get done. For the vaccines and for the tamiz metabólico, we went to a centro de salud and got it done for free. And here I will put a list of the screenings that we did end up doing with the total. For his newborn checkup, we were scheduled for 7 days after birth. And in total for that checkup, the total came out to. And for the OBGYN checkup, I did have a tear, so I had to go visit him 10 days postpartum. And in total for that consultation, the total was. And lastly, for my 6-week consultation, the total was. So in total, to have a baby here in Mexico, in around, the total came out to, in US dollars, that is a total of. So my delivery this time around, I was really happy how everything came out during the hospital stay, and they let me do immediate skin to skin after my baby was born. So this experience was very unique and special this time around since I did not have the chance to do that in my last birth. They respected everything I had in my birth plan. And a little tip that I can give for a mom having birth in Mexico is to check for prices with different doctors. Many doctors do adjust to your budget, which is really helpful. Also, when getting ready to give birth, check on the hospital to see what items you need to take because some of the hospitals don't provide you with some things. So make sure to check in advance. So that's a total breakdown of what it costs us to have a baby here in Mexico. I hope this helps out anyone planning on having a baby here in Mexico, or if anyone who was just curious to know. If you've had a baby in Mexico, or if you had a baby in any country abroad, I would love to know your total cost of having your baby there. And if you enjoy any content of Mexico or any content of motherhood, I would love to have you here for more. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.